have a brand new segment tonight. This is something new we're starting. We used to do the top 10 on the podcast. I wanted to revamp that in a way. I wanted to do something different. So what we're starting tonight is the top 7.
7?
Yeah, 7. Good job, boys. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 7 panelists. So we have myself, we have Nick and the boy over there.
That's us.
But then we also have a couple more people. We see the other people. I think we have Jessica. There's Jessica there.
Hi.
There's Jessica. Where's the cat? We only had you on for the cat.
Where's the cat?
Gordo was here earlier. He was here for like the first hour when we weren't on.
He found out we weren't talking about hamburgers and he booked it.
He started dancing.
He dipped.
Anyway, David Smith.
Hello.
No, David's muted now. David, another technical problem for you to figure out. Are you excited? Yeah. Poor David. If everyone else could give David Smith,
I can't.
please give David Smith a round of applause. David tried his best tonight and really stuck with it. Thank you, David. All right, we have, who else we have?
Nathan?
We have Nathan? Or is
It's
that
so late. It's
Yep.
so late.
It is late.
Yeah.
Very late. Who else we got?
We got Jill.
Oh, and Jill.
Hello.
Jill,
Hello,
yay!
How's Jason
Hi.
doing?
He's good. He's good. Thank you for asking.
That's good. Can we
he
tell
is-
people?
Yeah, we gave him a rest tonight.
I don't know. That is not my call.
Okay, then we're not going. That's fine. We'll talk about it with
But he's
Lauren
good.
later. That's good to hear. Okay, so here's the way this is going to work. We're going to go around to each of you one by one, and you're going to give me your favorite, your all-time, what you think is the all-time best Disney Parks fireworks show that you have seen. And that's going to give us 7 of them. And once we have the 7, once everybody has just
7.
Yeah, 7. Once everybody has contributed their pick, we are then going to all rank those 7 fireworks shows. That's how this is going to work. We're going to see if this works.
Before we start, David, can we hear you now? Nope.
David.
David, we
No.
cannot hear you.
It's going great. David's just happy the show is on at this point.
Or he's not telling us that this is. We love
It's
you.
not. Yeah, it's none of this happened. Oh, it's so late we wouldn't know.
All right, David,
People
keep
already
trying.
We'll come back.
Okay.
To you. Let's start with Jill. Why don't we start with Jill? Jill, go ahead, Jill.
Oh,
Give us your number 1 nighttime fireworks show. All time.
Okay, so I'm calling Wishes. If you want rationale, I just feel like it's such an iconic show and it shows the elegance of simplicity. I think there's something so strongly memorable about the beginning where they shoot up the shooting star, and it just, like, I get chills, and then the song starts and I would get chills every time. Like, even today, like going back and watching the show again on YouTube, like I got all choked up watching it. It's such an inspiring show. There's such good choreography. You know, you've got the Sorcerer's Apprentice part with the red fireworks shooting up to the tune of the music, which I think is so cool. You've got this personification of the fireworks where the blue fairy, like, they shoot up a firework and it's almost like she's the firework is the character. I just think they did so many creative things, and they did it so simply without so much of the technology that they use today, and it was still so gorgeous. It highlighted the castle so well. It made the castle a part of the show as itself instead of as a backdrop or as a canvas for something else. So yeah, I have so many good memories of that show. It's the show that made me really fall in love with Disney fireworks shows all over again as an adult, and I think it was awesome.
Wow. That was a really good description of Wishes.
Thank you.
If I had to explain to someone what that show was, I would just copy what you just said. Okay, let's move on. Jessica. Now she's muted.
Oh no, Jessica.
Now
what
you're
happened?
muted.
Well, because
Hi.
the film professor told me that I had like muffled sound, so I muted it.
Excuse me. He's a monorail narrator now.
Oh, yes. He knows Spanish now. I'm very proud of him.
Ropa
Por
vieja.
favor, manténgase alejado de las ruedas.
Ropa vieja.
I'm very proud of
Muy
I'm
bien.
very proud of you all. You've made me very happy.
We
Thank you.
tried. Go ahead.
I just can't say haleo.
No. My favorite fireworks display is Happily Ever After because I'm basic.
Wow.
And I
you're the
love
one
that
that
this
got
comes
it.
Yeah, and I
You're
love how
no
this
one.
comes up right after Jill says like wishes. Like I hate wishes was lame.
Oh man, Jill is gonna
Ooh.
fight you. You have no idea.
Throw down.
um I love and respect you, Jill, but wishes was lame.
I'm gonna let you
In this
finish.
house, we love and respect wishes.
I'm gonna let you finish. But happily ever after was the best fireworks. Anyway.
Jeez.
It really is. No, like, well, I think it's like a personal thing. Like, Happily Ever After premiered right when I was really getting back into gear with like getting into Disney parks and really getting into like blogs and stuff. So I was all about when it came out and like the coverage of when the fireworks premiered and debuted. And then it like caters to my taste. I mean, it has Moana, it has Hercules, it has like the Hunchback of Notre
Millennial
Dame,
stuff.
millennial stuff. And I love all those films. I think they have some of the best music in all of like Disney animated like history. So I'm really happy that they get love in that display. And then you have like fireworks that like use as symbols, you know, like you have like Merida and like the arrow, and then you have Moana with the little
It hits the
swirly
bullseye.
thing. Yes, I think that's so cool.
Moana
And then
has
of
Maui's
course,
hook.
I don't even like Frozen that much, and like that part where like you have the like chorus of people singing that line, and then the fireworks go off. I'm just like just tears. I usually avoid fireworks. I grew up like the fireworks for me was like peak ride time. I would not sit out in the corner waiting for fireworks. I'd just start hitting up like Space Mountain, whatever. So for me to actually like want to stop and like watch a like fireworks show, I usually do the dessert parties just because. Well, that was back when they were still like $60, not like 100. But yes,
Yes, affordable $60 dessert parties. What has happened?
but if you're like, but like you know, I didn't want to fight with people, and it was you had cupcakes,
Yeah, that's
so.
fair. I want to fight with people, and this is the most millennial answer that's ever been given. I like the Hercules
So-
and the Moana, and I like cupcakes, and I don't like to fight people.
Yes.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So, Jessica, did you ever like
David.
Wishes?
Hi.
Hey, you can hear me. Did you ever like Wishes, though, at any point?
No, like I don't like
Never.
how like
No.
Okay.
Jiminy Cricket comes off as like judgmental, and then you have the
Oh,
chorus of children,
whoa.
and then
No, we
Jiminy
stand.
Cricket
know.
We
microaggression.
stand Jiminy Cricket narrated nighttime shows here at WWNT, like Spectro Magic. So you better watch out.
no, Jiminy is a judgmental little cricket, and
He's
I'm
your
not here for it.
conscience.
I
He is judgy.
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah. No, totally.
Wow.
It was like overproduced, overdone. Again,
Wow.
just good for going on rides with no wait. That's all Wishes was for me.
Wow. Jill is
So-
like boiling, I think.
Jill, how you holding up over
I
there?
can sense it. Yeah, there.
I'm just laughing that she just said, "I love Happily Ever After, but Wishes was overproduced."
Oh man.
Your turn,
I don't
Jess.
make the
Oh,
rules.
man.
I don't make the rules. That's just what it is.
Jiminy Cricket and his microaggressions.
Wow. If I can say something to
Microaggressions.
mitigate the two of them,
There's some heat. There's some tension right now.
I think they're the natural progression. I think Wishes changed the game at the time. There was a lot of new things. There was a lot of cool new fireworks. They're using the castle as a part of the show. Like it turned into the sorcerer's hat and all the other things they do with it. I think Happily was the next natural progression in that you now had projection mapping technology and more advanced shells and different things you could do. And I think both of them complement each other very well, and I think they were as great as each other at the times they debuted. I think that's what I would say about them. I think both are pretty spectacular. Obviously, I'm going to pick Happily because it's newer. Like it has pushed the envelope again. That doesn't mean I will discredit Wishes or don't miss it. I mean, it's just different. But yeah. Anyway, David, would you like?
Gordo
to go?
likes.
Gordo likes what?
Gordo likes happily ever
Yeah,
after.
he's watching. Look at those eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, David.
All right, so I'll start off by saying that I liked Wishes. I liked it for the first 8 years of its existence. By the end of its run, I had grown, I guess not tired of it, but it had grown a little bit too old for me. So the one that I chose was actually one that not really replaced Wishes, but it was inserted at various points, and that is Magic, Music, and Mayhem. So first, of course, started out with the Pirate and Princess Party, and then it was also used during the Summer Nightastic series of fireworks. So
Yeah, so it was
the thing,
renamed Summer Nightastic
Summer
Fireworks
Nightastic,
Spectacular.
right? Right. But I think the original is the one that really sticks in my mind. And I don't know if it's simply because it was something different than Wishes that I was really excited about, or, what precise, I can't put my finger on what precisely it is that I liked about this so much. But I do remember we saw it first at a Pirate and Princess Party. So that was just a neat event anyway. But then with the perimeter fireworks, just was a really cool feeling. I mean, they had probably existed before that, but hadn't seen any of those shows. So that was a great part of it. It made great use of the castle too. I mean, it felt like it was blowing the castle up during the pirate sequence. So that was good. And again, before projection mapping, but they still had, things on the castle that interacted. The fireworks directly surrounding the castle were spectacular. They had the shaped shells. I think they had a skull and crossbones, or at least a skeleton head. They had hearts. They had other aspects that were tied into the story. And that, I think, is the one thing that I really liked, is that unlike Wishes and even Happily Ever After, which was, it feels like a clip show in some ways, this had a cohesive story from beginning to end, with the princesses coming together. Then you had the pirates attack, and then you had the princesses and the fairies getting together to counteract that. And then, of course, you have your Happily Ever After at the end. So that's why it's my choice.
I love this show so much. And David, I want to play off a couple things you said. Number one, the castle blowing up thing during like the pirate attack sequence. During I think it was the first week of it being Summer Nightastic Fireworks Spectacular, someone called the fire department, called 911, that the castle was on fire. So that happened. That was a big deal when that happened. I think a couple things about that show. There was a lot of pyro. It was really well put together. Really great story. A lot of new shells. They had the color changing shells, and David pointed out a couple of the other things. The other thing that really comes to mind for me is it was the first show to use the Pirates of the Caribbean movie score. And I think, number one, that piece of music that Hans Zimmer made was made to be in nighttime
Made for
shows.
it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the fact that not only that, it was the most beautifully choreographed sequence, like cannonballs blasting, and they hit the castle, and the castle blows up. It was so much so that it was copied, and it's basically in Happily Ever After now, like the exploding castle with the cannon fire. It's a really spectacular show. Yeah. Really great. Nathan.
Yeah, this was an interesting one for me. I wanted to think about my personal favorite experience. So in that sense, I went with Holiday Wishes, which we were able to do in our suite of the Contemporary when we had our WDWNT party. And it was just a really, really cool experience. And something I think that is unique about that holiday show is not only does it sort of bring an aspect of Wishes into it, but it also kind of unites it with some really interesting arrangements of holiday tunes. The fireworks are really good. They really go off well, especially at the end. And I think that unlike a lot of shows where you have to connect because of the Disney music, it's a special one because you're connecting to it through like non-Disney stuff. Like it's Christmas music, and because of that, it feels very special and unique. And sort of like I think for a lot of people, sort of a must moment for their holiday season. And in that way, I think it's a really sort of unique show in a lot of other examples that are, of course, I mean, I don't think it's a problem, but very much exclusively Disney. They're very Disney, and this show is a little unique because of being a little different.
I love the Christmas tree. For a
Yeah.
Christmas tree, they shoot the gold and it shapes around the castle being the body of the tree. It's really fun. And then the firework at the top is the star. It's really neat. Love that. Of course, Holiday Wish is now deceased.
Yes,
that last year
R.I.P.
was the last year. There'll be the new mini show will be this year. Cameron, the boy.
Yeah, I chose another kind of personal favorite of mine. The Star Wars fireworks at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Now, are we talking Star Wars: A Galactic Spectacular, or are we talking Symphony in the Stars? Current show or the old show?
Current show.
Current show. Okay.
Yeah.
Galactic Spectacular.
As we all know, entertainment offerings at Hollywood Studios are limited. But for night entertainment, Fantasmic is the one that everyone always wants to see, always wants to go to. And I think Star Wars kind of gets overlooked a lot, the fireworks show. The ending is fantastic. I really like the ending with the lightsaber going up in the sky. That's that Speed Racer scene is a very great scene.
The what?
The Speed Racer one, right? What is it? The
Speed
Land
Racer.
Racer?
Pod Racer?
Go
Hell,
Speed Racer.
no, not the Pod Racer.
Go, there's no pod racing scene.
No, the
Go Speed Racer, go.
The land speeder?
There's no
That
land
one.
speeder, is
yeah,
there?
there's a land speeder scene, isn't there? Or am I talking?
The Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, I think there's a small one. Isn't it
Where
when
she just
Luke's on the
zooms
land
by
speeder and it
on-
goes
is
by?
It her or
Oh,
is it Ray?
Ray's
It's Ray on the
speeder.
thing. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
On the speeder going across
Oh.
Jakku?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's one of the
I think
better
that's
the
his
better
name.
fireworks shows that I've seen at Hollywood Studios. The new
Okay.
projection show I don't like at all. Solid show.
Okay.
I stand with the boy.
We
I
yeah.
don't like that. show.
Wishes was great. Happily Ever After was great. Those were picked already. So
I like the old Star Wars fireworks show better. There's more pyro. It's been oversaturated. There's too many Star Wars movies. It jumps all over the place.
I think even today it's a good way to like lead up to Galaxy's Edge. It gets people excited for it. Because it's a good show. I think it's a good show.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fine. Nick Cicero.
In picking this one, I love a lot of the fireworks shows that we've had, and it's going to be fun debating this list here to put these in order. But I always like event kind of fireworks, ones that you can't just go see every night. Those tend to be my favorites and the ones I kind of look forward to and plan for. And so I was thinking in that direction. And so I actually picked the Epcot fireworks show for the 4th of July, Heartbeat of Freedom, which is the tag they put on the 4th of July to Illuminations. I picked that because honestly, pretty straight up, I like all the pyro that comes along with that. I mean, it feels like they're basically blowing up World Showcase.
Well, they call it the World War III barge.
Do they really?
That's what
Okay,
that's
I
called.
never
They
knew
roll
that.
out that barge with extra pirates. The World War III.
It's
barge, yeah.
insane. It's insane. I mean, if you've never seen it, I mean, they literally light up the sky and blind you. I mean, it's the coolest experience, and I get into that. I think part of it, kind of like when I vote for some of these restaurants, and I end
Or
up
yell
not voting
about
because of the
Zinkers.
food, but because of like all the other stuff that goes along with it, and different things like that. I think that's the same thing here. I like the feels of going with a big group of people to go watch some 4th of July fireworks. It was always my favorite thing as a kid. Every 4th of July, going somewhere with my family and watching 4th of July fireworks. So I think I have that kind of to go along with it, and then the patriotic music that plays, and just the whole experience at Epcot on the 4th of July. I love that day, and it all leads up to that fireworks show, and it's something I literally look forward to and plan for every single year. And I have no idea what's going to happen after this year. Like, I'm sure
Well,
they're
they
going
said
to do
this
something.
is the last of that particular finale.
Right.
So,
They're going to probably do something for the 4th of July, but I don't know what it is. So
I guess a new finale of some
yeah,
kind.
yeah. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. But that's like my favorite event firework display, and that's so that's my choice.
I like New Year's Eve better.
I know you do. I think it's the emotions and the feel for being
Yeah.
around the 4th of July. I think that's what clinches it.
But
for
also,
me.
like, just the fireworks over the individual.
Oh, I know.
countries.
I know. It's so
really
good. It's
neat.
so good, but I can't put it above 4th of July.
Yeah. Then I think, like, obviously it's not as grand, but I miss that Peace on Earth finale.
I mean, I
The
actually.
Christmas
Oh, I
finale.
know.
Yeah.
I know. No, I actually choose the Magic Kingdom on New Year's though. I like
Oh,
that display better than Epcot's for
well,
New
it's
Year's.
funny you mentioned
Oh,
that.
oh, ooh.
Because that's mine.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, mine is Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve. I have been blessed in my life that that's when my parents always wanted to go for New Year's Eve, so I've been to quite a few at Magic Kingdom, and my parents were not deterred by crowds.
Nice.
They thought that was the best way to spend New Year's Eve, so that's what we did. Um, and because of that, so I have a lot of memories of family, some that's no longer with us, and many who are still with us, and just a lot of memories over the years of different friends and family members and doing that New Year's Eve. And New Year's Eve is already like a pretty emotional day, moving on with life. And so number one, it begins with the original fireworks show. It begins with the 90s version of Fantasy in the Sky, which is what I grew up with. So not saying I thought that show on its own was better than Wishes and Happily, because it wasn't. But it just feels so special on that night, and it does all that, and it builds up to the whole new world part, and then suddenly you have this countdown with Mickey and the gang, and there are literally fireworks shaped like the numbers in the countdown in the sky, and then you have this massive perimeter fireworks display, which is even bigger than all the other holidays. It's the 360 essentially, because they're shooting off from the Seven Seas Lagoon as well. So standing in the hub and seeing like fireworks in 360 degrees, and even a couple times we did it just like from the Grand, and just watching that giant display from the harbor there at the Grand Floridian, marina there at the Grand Floridian is pretty unbelievable. It's I don't like, certainly there are a lot of fireworks shows that I think are more emotional, more well put together, tell a better story, but the New Year's Eve show I think has just always been something really special. I don't know that I've ever seen anything that's quite that big of a spectacle in my life. It's pretty big. All right, so that has Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve. So we have 7 of these.
7?
Yeah, 7. We have Wishes. We have Happily Ever After. We have Magic Music and Mayhem / the Summer Nightastic Fireworks Spectacular. We have Holiday Wishes. We have Star Wars: A Galactic Spectacular. We have Illuminations Reflections of Earth with the Spirit of Freedom, I think is the name.
Heartbeat of Freedom.
Heartbeat of Freedom.
Oh, even I knew that one.
I'm not familiar with it. Heartbeat of Freedom, 4th of July finale. And then we have the Magic Kingdom Fantasy in the Sky New Year's Eve. Now we have to try and rank these. All 7 of us have to come to some sort of agreement on this ranking. I guess, can we start at the bottom?
Wishes.
You think Wishes should be number 7?
No. Yeah, I think on
I
this
don't even think Wishes should be 7.
No, I don't agree either.
Star Wars.
I think Star Wars, even the person that picked it, I think Star Wars: A
Yeah.
Galactic Spectacular should absolutely be number 7 on this list. Does anyone agree with that?
I
I'm on board
love.
with that.
I love Star Wars a lot, and I think it's one of my favorite shows Disney's doing right now because I'm a big nerd about it. But it's not as robust of a show
Also, the
when it
fireworks
comes
are
to
off-center.
fireworks,
Yeah.
than the rest of them. So
So are we all in agreement on that? Do we all
I
want
do.
to
Yeah.
put that at 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, fine.
Bye, Star Wars.
There's our number 7, so that takes that out of the equation. I guess we'll just work our way down then? Tell Gordo to be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's getting away.
Let him go.
leave the poor child alone.
wants
I
to
was letting
leave.
him go.
He really
Oh,
likes
man,
the
he-
Galactic
He really
Spectacular.
loves Star Wars.
He was.
Really. A big
He's
Bob
very
Chapek
upset.
fan.
He's so angry. He's giving
Wow.
he's giving me the cold shoulder.
Wow, look at that shot. That's fantastic. Anyway,
Blair
All
Witch
right.
Cat.
we got to keep working our way down. So let's just keep working our way backwards, and let's go to number 6, I guess. What do we think? What do we think
Wishes.
should be number 6? Then? Now Wishes. Now
Yeah,
we're saying
I-
Wishes.
Wishes.
I don't agree with that.
No, I still
No,
think
I
yeah,
don't think
it's
so.
better than that. Wishes is epic. As much as I like, that's why I said it was. It's so epic.
I'm going Holiday Wishes for 6. I think.
I'm honestly not a fan of Holiday Wishes. For as much as I
Oh.
love Wishes,
Hmm.
I kind of feel like Holiday Wishes to me was just a little bit of a mess. Like it just felt like too much stuff kind of all crammed together.
Maybe that's why it worked
but-
so well for me, because I was at that party and that was sort of what the party was too. So
Wow.
I was
that's
at
sort
that
of,
party too,
Wow.
but then again, I had a different experience at that party.
yeah. That's very true.
No, if
Maybe I
anyone
have
ever
negative
gets a
physical
chance-
association with holiday wishes.
oh my God.
I mean, I'm not gonna fight
Watching
for it
the-
because I don't care enough. So, sure.
That's what I love about these shows.
It's too late to fight.
Who else agrees number 6 on holiday wishes?
I agree.
I can live with that. Yeah, I can live with it.
We're
Number
living
6,
with
and
it?
I don't-
definitely it's amazing to watch from the contemporary though. Like
Yes.
it was really cool.
So we put that at number 6. All right, now we got to figure out number 5.
Wishes.
You're just all gonna say
I
wishes
think
forever.
I think I agree on that.
What are our options? Like what's left?
Wishes,
Yeah,
happily
name 'em
ever
again.
after. Wishes, happily ever after. Magic, Music, and Mayhem. Reflections of Earth with 4th of July finale, or Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve.
Wishes.
I can't speak to the
What if I say
music of-
Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve?
think
I think it's here's the thing. It is a beautiful show, but it is also a countdown and lots of fireworks. It's not a hard show. It's very much hit the big button and let's like boom. Like there's everything.
Sure, I could
So
go with
as cool as it is of a moment, it is sort of the ending moment of a larger celebration opposed to being kind of the entire celebration itself. Yeah.
So based on that logic, then, do you think Illumination's Heartbeat of Freedom is any different? Does that have more?
We're doing full shows, so that includes Reflections of Earth. Like that.
Yeah, that
is
changes.
It's a tag. A tag is part of a show.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to let Reflections go at number 5. I would let Wishes go at number 5. I think the New Year's Eve is better than Wishes, but I don't know if anyone's going to agree on that.
Yes, I agree with that.
I agree.
That's 3. We need a
Well, then we're
majority.
We need one more.
Where are we putting Mayhem? I'm concerned about that one. It's like an
it's
outlier.
a great show. I'm not letting that one go this early.
Yeah.
That's what you said about Cosmic Rays.
Well, does anybody disagree?
Wow.
So,
Famous last
Wow.
words.
This show,
wow.
What
this
a
show
It's
gonna be
should
the
have been
cosmic
about
rays of this
hamburgers.
countdown.
That's
So,
why we couldn't do the hamburger countdown. It would have been Cosmic Rays, hands down.
Hands down.
Canceled.
Because I'd like to throw up my burger in front of a
Voted-
robot.
so 3
voted
people in
the
this
number
room
one.
say wishes.
3 people are voting Wishes right now.
What is everybody else's vote for this spot?
My vote is New Year's.
Okay. Jess?
Just pick something.
Say New Year's. Jill, you say New Year's, and Gordo will break the tie.
David.
I'm gonna go with 4th
Oh, yeah,
of July.
David.
Oh, she said 4th of July. Okay.
Jill?
Oh no, I can't do that. I would say New Year's too. I'm with Nathan.
Then it's up to David.
Kind of.
Come on, David.
I was going to go with 4th of July too.
Oh,
I
That-
mean,
that
that,
Oh,
doesn't
gives
help
us,
anything, does it?
that gives us Wishes. So.
Yeah, I guess.
No,
yeah.
oh, I
That
guess it
gives
does.
us 3, 3,
All
and
right,
1.
Wishes is number 5.
Travesty.
Oh, that's
All right, what do you want to
travesty.
put for number? We got
Whoa.
Happily, Magic, Music, and Mayhem, Reflections of Earth with 4th of July tag, and the Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve show. What are we putting in number 4?
Magic Mayhem.
Magic New Year's Eve. Magic Kingdom New Year's.
Magic
New
Kingdom
Year's Eve.
Really?
no.
Why would my opinion change?
So Nick and Nathan are with the Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve. Cameron, what do you think?
The Magic Music,
Music and Mayhem?
Yep.
Jess?
I'm still going with 4th of July.
Wow. David?
I'm going with New Year's on this one.
Is that enough for New Year's? Is that
I
it?
think that's
Yeah, I'd say New Year's
No.
too.
okay.
Yeah, no, that's it.
That's
then.
it.
The Magic Kingdom Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve show is number 4. Then, all right, we have down to our bottom 3. So we have to decide what number 3 is. Is it Happily Ever After, Magic, Music, Mayhem, or Reflections of Earth with the 4th of July finale?
Happily ever
It's
after.
magic.
Wow, no,
Oh,
no one's gonna
stop.
agree
No.
now.
What?
No one's gonna agree now.
You think Happily Ever
To
After
the
is number
wire.
3?
Even though I love
I-
Magic Music and Mayhem, I'm gonna
Yeah, that
think
is.
that should be number.
Yeah, that's
3.
third.
Yeah.
That
I'm
feels
throwing
about
Mayhem
right to me.
at 3.
Everybody,
What?
it doesn't matter what Nick
Yeah.
has to say.
Okay.
There you
That's
go.
fine.
Magic Music and Mayhem number 3. All right.
Here's
So number 1
No
is between
contest.
Happily Ever After and Reflections of Earth with the 4th of July tag.
Are we saying our number 1?
All
Yeah,
at the
I
sa-
mean it's
everybody at the
process
same
of
time.
elimination. You're gonna
Right.
It's gonna decide both. So everyone's got to pick what they think is better.
Of
I think-
those
I think we
two,
can't
my
ag- oh, go
choice
ahead,
is
David.
Happily. I'm sorry. My choice,
As in the
really
one.
quickly, my choice is Happily Ever After for number 1. Yes.
Okay.
My choice is that as well, only because Illuminations, as much as we love it, even with a good tag, it's just a lot going on that globe I still can't see, and it
Just
has
say it.
issues.
Don't worry, you'll get
So
to see
it
it
goes-
at Reflections of Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, die for the last time. No. So yeah, it's wishes. It's so late. It's
could be
Happily Ever
wishes.
After
It's still
for
a
me as
post
number
show.
1.
Come on, people. Keep it moving.
It's Happily Ever After
Oh, man.
for me.
Jessica,
It's Happily. Come on, like that's my thing. That's
is your number 1?
Hunchback.
Yeah.
Hunchback and
Jill?
Yeah, Hunchback.
Yeah, this is tough, and I feel like I'm selling out my brother really by saying
Oh,
this, but
no.
happily.
Wow. Not that it matters.
If we
for
really-
Cameron.
This is not tough. Happily Ever After.
Wow. Nick, I know. what
Oh,
you're
obviously, yeah.
I'm going with Reflections. That music, a musical score that is unmatched, an incredibly emotional show, complete with that tag. Even if I think the New Year's Eve tag is better, I still think Reflections with the tag is pretty unbeatable.
I didn't think
And I love
Happily had that good
Happily.
of a following.
Happy's fantastic.
I love it too, but I didn't think it had that great of a following. I
But
really didn't.
Reflections was something special, and it took me a little while, I think, in life to understand that. But now I think, and it's not just because it's going away. I just think you appreciate that it was a once in a lifetime show.
I thought Happily.
I feel like
was
I'm
one of-
gonna
Go ahead, Jeff.
no. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna end up like falling in love with Illuminations like during the Reflections
yeah.
of Forever event, and then
You
I'm gonna
will.
like always regret it, just because I've never really given it a chance. So this is gonna be like one of my first times like legit watching it.
Wow.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
hearing the story behind it and stuff.
Yeah, you need to hear that first, and then watch
All right,
it.
so I'm going to recap. We have our top 7. Number 7 is
That-
Star Wars: The Galactic Spectacular. Number 6, Holiday Wishes. Number 5, Wishes. Number 4, Magic Kingdom Fantasy in the Sky New Year's Eve. Number 3, the Magic Music and Mayhem / Summer Nightastic Fireworks Spectacular. Number 2, Reflections of Earth with that 4th of July finale. And number 1, Happily Ever After, the current Magic Kingdom Fireworks Spectacular.
Those are some weird hamburgers.
We don't have time. We'll talk about
Cosmic
hamburgers in the
Rays.
post show.
We
If
love
you're
you,
a Rich
Cosmic
member,
Rays.
we will talk about hamburgers in a couple minutes on the post show.
Impossible Burger.
That's the end of the top 7. Please let us know if you enjoy that. We'll do more of them. And remember, kids, people are starting to arrive downtown for a spectacular 4th of July parade and fireworks event tonight.